Caitlin Clark and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and
I'm a
forth.
fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
After Angel Reese attempted the ultimate Caitlin Clark act that had the internet yelling, "Oh no," she didn't, Stephen A. Smith abruptly put an end to her ego trip as if it were a horrible reality TV episode. You're not prepared for this insanity. So, let's get started. If you thought basketball drama peaked on the court, get ready because Stephen had just turned the microphone into a flamethrower and Angel Reese might require aloe.
That white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it was all instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when they mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four. And then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living you-know-what at that particular moment in time. And Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did. It would have never gotten to this point.
We have a lot of folks that have come to the defense of numerous WNBA players because they were pointing out, like, this has been going on before long and people are not hating on her. It's not about hating on her. It's that you feel she is getting a level of attention that you deserved and you warranted long before she ever came along.
For points, that concludes the entire tweet. We're talking about the Sky v Fever game, where Caitlin, let's be clear, wasn't even on the court. Instead, she was on the bench, wrapped up like a mummy sipping Gatorade and watching the game like a proud suburban soccer mom. Despite this, Angel Reese managed to squeeze out a full 4 points as if she were on a scoring diet, and Caitlin Clark's absence somehow sapped the offensive life force out of her.
The new season tipped off this weekend with several marquee matchups on the slate. Most fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive rebound.
While Caitlin was busy healing, Angel was out there putting up numbers so low that they should have been followed by a melancholy trombone sound effect. 4 points isn't a stat line. It's a cry for help. I mean, how do you walk into a game where the main attraction is literally icing her ankle on the sidelines and decide, you know what, I'm going to have the worst game of my career today. Let's make it memorable.
Because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. But it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine.
She certainly grabbed her cherished 12 rebounds, and you would think that each one would come with a coupon for a free Chick-fil-A meal. As she seizes them as though her career depended on it, which after this catastrophe it might. If rebounds were gold bars, she would be wealthy, but points are buckets. She's acting as though she doesn't have the ability to score, as if she's doing the game a favor by not dropping double digits.
A second of it. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than the Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that. Angel Reese can rebound the basketball. She's a damn good player. She's got a bright future in the WNBA, but Caitlin Clark is next level.
You know it's bad when even the commentators are trying to spin it like, well, she's contributing in other ways, like what morale she looked like. She was running cardio drills for 40 minutes. At one point, the camera caught her staring off like she was considering a second career in reality television. The Real Stat Patters of Chicago will soon be available on a streaming service in your area. And let's face it, Angel Reese used to arrive with all the swagger, flawless nails, lashes, and untouchable attitude. But right now that stat line is giving me the creeps. Her entire performance screamed, "I'd peaked in college." But this isn't the season she promised. This isn't the Bayou Barbie Dominance Tour. This is the Desperate Housewives of WNBA, and the Angels are holding the empty wine glass. Meanwhile, Katel.
Elaborate a little bit more on that in just a second, but before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The WNBA has issued a statement saying that it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
Oh man, the latter part of that, Stephen A., is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlin and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
Angel had the stage, the spotlight, the mic, the backup dancers, and still forgot her lines. And that 12 rebound flex. Listen, it's time to admit that not all rebounds are created equal. Angel out there rebounding like the ball insulted her mother. Stat padding has become her full-time job. She's boxing out players like she's auditioning for a CrossFit commercial only to turn around and throw up a shot like it's part of an abstract art project. At this point, she's just hoarding boards like she's collecting Pokemon cards. Got to catch them all, but never do anything with them. And now there are whispers, yep, those ominous sports whispers about her being bench dropped. Forgotten, the WNBA is not high school, where you get a gold star for trying. If you're not scoring, you're sitting. And right now, Angel Reese's best contribution to the team might be her courtside fashion. If they start cutting minutes, she might want to check with the wardrobe department. Instead of the coaching staff, this is supposed to be her breakout season. The moment she puts all the critics to shame proves she's not just an attitude with no altitude, but instead she's turning into the player equivalent of a viral TikTok trend that fizzled out after 2 weeks. Remember the milk crate challenge? That's Angel's career arc right now. Started high, took one wobbly step, and now we're watching in slow motion as the collapse begins.
Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark. Because when Caitlin Clark was busy taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her comeuppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated, and that's unfortunate because we got some no-good-ass people.
And don't get me wrong, she's a living headline. People wanted her to be successful. A quote generator, the drama, the competition, and the image. If you can't put points on the board, WNBA gold is meaningless. Unless this is some kind of long-form performance art in which she's making a message about professional sports minimalism, and the fans are now noticing, oh, they see it, 4 points isn't cutting it. Even the Angel Reese diehards are out there writing think pieces, suggesting that perhaps it's time we acknowledge that Karen is struggling. And yes, she is struggling like a Roomba on a shag carpet. Twitter flared up like it was draft night. For points. Is she okay, rebounding queen but offensive ghost? It's becoming brutal. The contrast is what exacerbates the situation. Caitlin Clark's presence draws attention to every weakness in Angel's strategy. It's like highlighting your errors while Caitlin is sidelined due to an ailment and yet managing to dominate the debate. The front office code for this is, we don't know what to do with her, but don't want to say it out loud. This guy didn't sign up for a full-time rebound. Angel Reese is out there with a healthy body, a clear runway, and somehow manages to trip over her own potential. Now, there are rumors that circulate around locker rooms like the scent of desperation. Will she be moved to the bench, or will they rest her for development reasons? Hoarder, who exhibits basket-related allergies.
This is only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee, kiss the ring. Like, what do you want from them? We cannot every time the girl plays a game. She got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not every single game gonna revisit and retread this same tired ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful they have been.
They desire to be seen. If this is her worst start to a season, it's not just a slump. It's a siren, and the WNBA doesn't do charity minutes. You don't get to coast on college clout. LSU highlights don't win games here, and the moment you stop performing, you become a bench fixture with amazing lashes and a motivational speaker. A leader is someone who shows up and shows out, not someone whose stat line looks like a lottery ticket that nearly won. Instagram bio hustle, grind, remain modest, girl. How about a score? You never know. When Stephen A. Smith saw that box score, he sighed dramatically and yelled into space while wearing his spectacles. 4 points, 4 points. He's already warming up the monologue somewhere. This young woman should realize that she's no longer in Baton Rouge and that he's not mistaken. Angel Reese needs to get into her rhythm before that stat sheet starts to look like a post-it note. No one is expecting her to drop 40, but could we have a double-digit night? Maybe a moment of offensive clarity or an assist. Right now, it feels like watching someone try to microwave a steak. The pressure isn't going away. Every game is a test, and she's auditioning for her spot in the league. This isn't the NCAA, where the crowd is chanting your name and every rebound gets its own montage. If your production does not match your promo, the WBA will bench you in the middle of your sentence.
The Goose comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting. 4th in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. Lost to South Carolina another year. But she's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the number 1 overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is ride the wave. Rising tide lifts all boats.
When the Goose appears, she wreaks havoc. She wins Rookie of the Year, ranks 4th in the league in MVP voting, and has an incredible debut season. She seems like she could pull up from anywhere, so you know she has that type of potential. Didn't win a national championship. She lost to South Carolina one year and to LSU the next, but she's still exceptional and deserving of being the 1st overall pick. I told everyone that rising tide lifts all boats. Now, Angel Reese has 2 options. Either she literally and figuratively bounces back, or she becomes the warning that ESPN turns into a 30 for 30 special about what would happen if Angel never scored, complete with dramatic piano music and slow motion clips of missed layups. The clock is ticking, the stage is still there, but the focus is changing, and if Angel doesn't light it up soon, she won't just be off the court, she'll be out of the conversation. Now enter Tyler Marsh, the individual holding the clipboard, the headset, and what appears to be a Rubik's